viewers to a new edition of Windows. I am Basma Taha. The Grand Egyptian Museum, the gem, is Egypt's gift to the entire world. It is expected to attract millions of visitors each and every year. The UNESCO has listed the gem as one of the most beautiful museums in the world. Today we will talk more about the gem, its location, and also its role in enhancing the tourism sector here in Egypt. And to shed more light on this issue, I'm honored to have here in the studio Dr. Amr Atef, tourism expert. Dr. Amr, thank you so much for coming today. Always a dear guest on Windows on Nile TV International. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. And at the beginning, we all witnessed the opening ceremony of the gem, and it was attended by celebrities, also kings, heads of states, many senior officials, and indeed the celebration was great and historical. I would like, Doctor, to know more from you about the significance of this great event and also the global impact of the opening ceremony of the Grand Egyptian Museum.
Sure. People were waiting for the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum for 23 years. And it took them 23 years to build the museum, and people were waiting for this opening. I mean, there was at the beginning a soft opening of the museum, and then they did this opening. The celebrities and the ministers and the presidents and kings and queens from all over the world who came and attended this ceremony did a good advertisement for the museum, and people watched that all over the world. It was a huge ceremony, huge celebration, and it will sure affect tourism and will boost tourism in Egypt.
Yes, hopefully. Also, Doctor, what makes the gem unique compared to other museums like the British Museum and the Louvre? Of course, we know that its capacity is very huge, and it entails a conservation center, education center, huge gardens, children museum. But what makes it unique other than that compared to other museums in the world?
First of all, it's 500,000 square meters, the total area of the museum. That makes it the largest museum for one civilization on Earth. The Louvre is huge, and the British Museum. But our museum, the Grand Egyptian Museum, is considered to be the largest museum accommodating artifacts from one civilization worldwide. So that makes it unique from the other museums.
And what are the most notable artifacts in the museum? Of course, we know that it entails more than 100,000 artifacts from different eras, Greek, Roman eras. But still, what makes or what are the most notable artifacts at the gem?
The highlight of the museum is the collection of King Tutankhamun.
Yes.
And people come from all over the world to see the collection of King Tutankhamun. So more than 5,000 pieces belongs to King Tut, including the mask that weighs 11 kilograms of solid gold, the gold coffin that weighs 110 kilograms of solid gold. People get impressed with the collection of King Tutankhamun, and it's the first time to have the total collection of King Tut displayed in one place. So that's one of the highlights. The 80 tons statue of Ramses II by the entrance is considered to be one of the highlights of the museum. It's very unique, the statue of Ramses II that was in downtown Cairo, and they moved it to the gem especially for the entrance. And the obelisk, the hanging obelisk at the entrance of the museum is considered to be one of the highlights as well. The collection of Queen Hetep Heres, the mother of King Cheops, her funeral collection that's displayed also in the gem. So all those are artifacts and considered to be highlights of the gem museum.
Great. Also, Doctor, how do you see the significance of the location of the gem near the Giza pyramids?
The Giza pyramids is the only ancient wonder. The Pyramid of Cheops in Giza is the only ancient wonder that's still there. So having the gem next to the Giza pyramids combines the tour for the travelers, especially that we have now the Sphinx Airport. So people can come to the Sphinx Airport and visit the pyramids and visit the gem as well. So it can be a unique experience for the travelers. So also the transit tours can be also one of the attracted to visit the pyramids and visit the gem.
Well, also, Doctor, what kind of special events is expected to be held at the gem in 2026?
Well, the gem is expecting to have lots of events. They already arranged for events for the museums, the global museums, and the events for children museum will also have events in the gem, and cooperation between different museums all over the world will be available and will have this events at the gem.
Well, as a tourism expert, I would like to give a piece of advice to visitors or tourists who are going to visit the museum for the first time. What would you like to tell them today?
I would like to tell them they shouldn't miss the visit. They should go and visit the gem. And I would advise they go early to avoid the crowds. So the earlier they go, the better. And to try to get the tickets online. Also to avoid the crowds by the tickets entrance. So and have a guide with them in the museum to show them the artifacts, or use the audio guide of the museum as well. This is what I would advise them, but the most important is to go early to avoid the crowds.
Great. Also, Doctor, how do you see the significance of collaboration, coordination between ministries, for example, the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Higher Education, and also the Ministry of Tourism, in order to organize trips for students, whether at schools or university, from one side in order to revive the domestic tourism, and also on the other side in order to show the students the greatness of Egypt's history and civilization?
Sure. The ministries like the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities and the Ministry of Education and Higher Education are doing great job collaborating together to arrange trips for the students. And day in and day out you see field trips at the museum. There were calls and people were saying they should stop the field trips to the museum, but I'm not with stopping the field trips. On the contrary, I mean, it's better to have those field trips to introduce the Egyptian heritage to the students and the children, and especially that there is also a children's museum, which is a hands-on museum, that the feedback we get from the children and the students is always high. So I think that's good. We just need to raise the awareness of the local community to keep and take care of the monuments, and that's it. And this will be the role, can be the role of us all, raising awareness of the local community to protect and preserve and take care of the monuments in the museum.
I will take from your words, Doctor, do you think that we need awareness campaigns?
Yes, we need awareness campaigns in the schools. We should start from the primary schools and the preparatory schools.
Social media,
Social media is very active, so we can also do raising awareness in the social media and on the television. This is and the media in general. This is the role. This is our role to take care of our heritage. And we should not forget that Egypt, in spite of the economical situation and everything, spent $1 billion on this museum to take care of its heritage. huge amount of money, and this is important to keep in mind when we are visiting the museum.
Great. Since, Doctor, you are talking now about media, I would like to ask you about how do you see the significance of media in shedding light on the monuments that Egypt has, and also in showing the different heritage and the different cultures of people, different nationalities.
The media is very important, and the word of mouth is also very important, but the people come to see New Egypt now, and Egypt is not Egypt that the travelers' parents or grandparents visited in the past. So people come to see New Egypt, and this is the role of the media, to focus on New Egypt as sightseeing and not old Egypt, or not the Egypt that they're, and also they like the Instagramic tours. Travelers like the Instagramic tours, so the social media is also very important in introducing the artifacts to Egypt.
Great. Also, Doctor, moving to a very close point, which is diversifying the sources of tourism. Of course, recently we have seen and witnessed different nationalities coming and visiting Egypt. We have seen Romanian, Brazilian, Australian.
From the Far East.
Yes, from Far East. So how do you see the significance of diversifying the sources of tourism and not relying on certain markets?
This is great. I mean, especially we see the different nationalities when we visit the pyramids as well, because we go on the pyramids with the hop-on, hop-off buses, and we get introduced to different nationalities with this new system that they put in visiting the pyramids, for instance. So diversifying the sources of tourists that comes to Egypt is very important, and I see Egypt now is opening links with different nationalities, as you kindly mentioned, and that's very important. That will all help in boosting tourism in Egypt.
Great. Also, Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli said that the Jam is a very good opportunity to show the great landmarks here in Egypt. How do you see the significance of his speech?
His speech, His Excellency, Sir, his speech is very important, and it will help also boosting tourism, and will introduce different parts of Egypt to the whole world, especially that the Gem is built next to the pyramid, so people can combine the tour. It will be like booking the hotel, the Gem, and the pyramids visit. They also changed the entrance of the pyramid to overcome the crowds. So they have the new gate of visiting the pyramid, the new entrance of visiting the pyramid, and this is all to avoid the crowds in the Gem and at the pyramids.
Great. And also I will take from your words, Doctor, what are the expected number of visitors, and also how does the Gem plan to handle the crowds, the large number of visitors who are attending and visiting the museum?
The expected number for visiting the Gem is around 10 million a year.
Yes, a very huge number.
That's a huge number to visit one museum worldwide. And the government is doing a great job, the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, in absorbing the crowds. I was on a tour to the Gem yesterday, and the members of the tour said that the huge building and the spacious areas in the museum makes you feel it's not crowded. It absorbs the crowds. The way it's built, it kind of absorbs the crowds. So they have different entrances, different gates, and also, as I told you, they changed the entrance of the pyramid to the new entrance now, so people can visit the pyramids and the Gem and avoid the crowds at the same time.
Great. Also, Doctor, what makes Egypt so unique compared to other civilizations around the world?
The continuity of the ancient Egyptian civilization, and it's the longest lasting civilization in the world, more than 7,000 years. We found a skeleton in Nazlat Khater in Sohag that was 35,000 years old. That means that there was a civilization that dates back to 35,000 years in Egypt. So it's very impressive, and people come from all over the world to see this civilization and to enjoy our climate. So the climate, the location, and this long-lasting civilization makes Egypt unique in its heritage.
Great. Also, Doctor, you told me that you had the opportunity to visit the museum the last days. I would like to know more from you. What kind of feedback does the tourists that you met have concerning the gem, concerning its location, concerning its content?
They enjoy the museum, and especially King Tutankhamun.
Yes.
The feedback we get is very positive, and people get impressed with, especially with the collection of King Tutankhamun, and the way it's displayed makes it very unique. And I'm talking about the displaying of the collection of King Tut, 5,000 pieces, more than 5,000 pieces displayed in one museum for the first time. So the feedback we get from the travelers is very positive, and they enjoy it, and they also promised to tell their friends and families back home about the gem and invite, so they will become our ambassadors,
yes,
in their homelands.
For our country.
For our country.
Yes. Also, Doctor, what makes the gem or the role of the gem in preserving Egypt's heritage? How do you see that?
The gem is playing a big role now because it has the biggest conservation center,
yes,
and reservation center, restoration center as well. So I mean, the way they divide the conservation and restoration center in the gem is very impressive. They divide it to metal and stone and linen, and you see the curators and the preservators in the gem working in restoring and preserving our monuments. So it has a big role, and I think they are doing a great job in preserving the collections in the gem, especially that there is more than 100,000 artifacts, so that needs continuous caring from the members of the gem.
Great. And also, how do you see the role of the gem in creating job opportunities, especially for youth?
The gem is playing a big role in that. I mean, lots of jobs from the time it was built until now. Imagine how many jobs were created in building the gem in 23 years. And also they have curators, they have members of the museum, the staff of the museum. So hundreds and hundreds of job opportunities has been created because of the Grand Egyptian Museum.
Well, also, Doctor, how do you see the role of the international collaborations between Egypt and the private sector, and also international organizations, in the success of the gem?
The international organizations played a big role, and especially the JICA. The JICA gave us a loan of 500 million US dollars, and also different organizations helped in building and preserving the artifacts and moving the artifacts in the gem. So I think internationally the gem has a great reputation, and that helped also boosting tourism in Egypt. People always ask about who built the gem and how it was built and how long it took them to build it, and so on and so forth. So I think that's very effective and will help in boosting tourism in Egypt.
Great. Also, Doctor, talking about the role of Egyptians, and as you said, as you kindly said, that we are ambassadors for our homelands. So how do you see the role of Egyptians when it comes to boosting tourism? How do you see their role and what they should do in order to help in that regard?
We'll go back to the raising awareness of the local community, and this should start from scratch, from schools, primary and preparatory schools.
Also at universities.
And at universities, but the younger the students are, the better. So we should go and visit the schools and raise the awareness, and that can be the role of the guides. By the way, we can send guides to tour guides to the schools and give lectures and raise awareness. I was honored to work in Dahshur with a project with the UNESCO, Dahshur, where they have the Red Pyramid and the Bent Pyramid, and I was very impressed that the students of Dahshur were focusing and came to attend the lectures and cared about their heritage. So we should implement that in different schools and universities all over Egypt.
Great. Also, Doctor, we have here in Egypt many projects, many tourism projects like Ras Al Hikma project, and and nowadays the Jam. So what are your hopes and also expectations for the tourism industry with recently a project like the Jam?
We have projects like Ras Al Hikma. People can do combined tours. They can come and visit the Gem and the pyramids in 1 day or 2 days, because the Gem needs like at least 5 hours or 6 hours to see the collection in it. So I would say they can visit the Gem and visit the pyramids, and also go to Ras Al Hikma and enjoy the North Coast. Especially that the culture tourism, 15% of the travelers of the world are doing the culture tourism, and 80% of the travelers are from the beach tourism. So beach tourism is very important, and we should focus on the beach tourism because it brings more money and it helps more with the economy.
Yes, and also we do have many other sources of tourism here in Egypt, like, as you kindly said, the cultural tourism, beach tourism, also medical tourism, religious tourism.
Yes. I mean, we have all kinds of tourism, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
I mean, we have medical tourism, and remember the Aga Khan, who used to come and bury himself in sand in Aswan because he suffered from urethritis, and they advised him to bury himself in the sand in Aswan, and that helped him. The sand baths that he did helped him with his disease. So I think we have all kinds of tourism, and we just need to focus and do promotions abroad, and I think the Gem will play this role, because people from all over the world are coming to see the Gem after the grand opening that happened, and also the peace summit that was held in Sharm el-Sheikh, and His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was there and attending this summit, and presidents and kings and from all over the world came to the summit, to the peace summit in Sharm el-Sheikh. I think that helped in boosting tourism in Egypt.
Great, indeed. Also, Doctor, also the Gem, it's as we said, it entails more than 100,000 artifacts. It also entails huge gardens, a children's museum. How do you see its significance in embodying ancient history and also modern vision?
The way it's built is the modern vision. I mean, they were inspired with the pyramids when they built it, but with a modern vision. And everything in the Gem looks like a pyramid. I mean, the entrance has pyramids from the outside. The ceiling of the gym has pyramids, and so they were inspired by the pyramids, and the location is next to the pyramids. But it has modern technology in the way it was lit. I mean, they used the daylight to save power, and I think that's good for sustainability.
Yes.
The gem itself is iconic, and I think it will it will lead tourism to a new section.
Yes. It's a gateway for global tourism.
It's a gateway for global tourism, and especially with its location with the pyramid, which is the oldest monument or the oldest wonder that's still there in the world.
Great. Also, I would like to talk more about the opening ceremony, Doctor, and we witnessed that it was great and historical one, attended by kings, heads of states, celebrities, many senior officials. So I would like to ask you, how do you witness the feedback of tourists when you met about the impact, the global impact of the opening ceremony of the Grand Egyptian Museum?
The opening ceremony was focusing and targeting the Westerns and the Western world. It was like an opera, and people say that it was very classy. That's the feedback. They said that the opening ceremony was very classy, and I was amazed that they were following the opening of the gem, and people came especially to Egypt to visit the gem after they have seen this ceremony. So that gave a good feedback and a good impact on tourism in Egypt.
Great. Also, Doctor, you told me about the Nile cruises, that tourists like to come to Egypt to take such tourists. I would like to make a link between the Nile cruises and also the Grand Egyptian Museum. What would you like to say?
The Grand Egyptian Museum, as a matter of fact, will help in increasing the number of travelers who do the Nile cruise, because people come and visit the gem, get introduced to the ancient Egyptian history first. So it's like an entry, a gateway for tourism or for travelers to Egypt. And then they go on the Nile and see the temples where the artifacts were found, because they ask you all the time where the statue came from. And then we answer it came from Luxor, for instance, or came from Aswan, or came from Esna, or came from Komombo. So they want to visit those sites. So it's an entry to visit the Nile cruises and to do the Nile cruises between Luxor and Aswan. Especially that we are now, this is the best weather in Egypt, autumn. In November and December is supposed to be a high season for the travelers.
Especially in Aswan and Luxor.
And Luxor, the temperature is the climate is very good, and it's nice temperature there.
Also, Doctor, if we talk, as you kindly also mentioned, that there are different kinds and sources of tourism here in Egypt, like beach tourism, cultural tourism, religious tourism, medical tourism. So how do you see the significance of the gem in enhancing such kinds of tourism?
People will come to visit the gem and will also go do something else. Now they are increasing the tourist nights in Cairo with all the museums and all the sites we have now. So increasing the tourist nights will increase tourism, and the gem will increase the tourist nights in Cairo. So people come to spend, in the past, they used to spend only a couple of nights in Cairo and a 3-night cruise or a 4-night cruise, and that's about it. Now you'll be amazed to know that the travelers would stay a month in Egypt. So that will increase the spending, and that will be good for the economy and good for hotels. And they are building hotels in Luxor. That means that the expectations will be high. they're building Nile cruises. There are a lot investments with tons of money on Nile cruises in Egypt. So that means that the expectation for tourism will be high, and the GEM will have a big role and impact on that.
Oh, well, and also how do you see the efforts exerted by the Ministry of Tourism in that regard?
The Minister of Tourism and the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities are doing a great job and working hard to boost tourism. And I followed on the television His Excellency the Minister of Tourism meeting with His Excellency the Prime Minister and with the high officials of tourism in Egypt to give ideas about and do brainstorming about tourism and about how to improve the product of tourism in the country.
Yes, there was recently an initiative launched by the Ministry of Tourism called We Are Egypt Initiative, right?
Yes.
It aims at shedding light on the most significant landmarks here in Egypt, right?
Yes, that's true. So the Ministry of Tourism is working hard and meeting members of different organizations worldwide and inviting them to come to Egypt. Also, they are now taking care of the yacht people who own those yachts and own the boats and do the trips in the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. I think that will also help in improving the products and spending more nights, traveler nights in the country.
Great. Also, Doctor, how do you see the significance or the role of the GEM in enhancing the students and the researchers' experience?
The GEM can cooperate with lots of museums worldwide, and that will, like, they can do pairing with the Louvre or the Metropolitan Museum or the Smithsonian Museums, and this can help in research and help the researchers. Also, the new discoveries that takes place in Egypt,
like in Saqqara?
Like in Saqqara, for instance, and in Luxor, and in different parts of the country, there are lots of new discoveries. That will be very important for the researchers to come and do their studies here. And we already are doing that with researchers from all over the world. The other thing which the GEM can play a role in is getting back the monuments from different countries. When we used to ask for getting back some of our monuments in different countries, sometimes the answer was, you don't have a museum to display it in, so leave it here because you don't have enough museums or a museum. Now we have a global museum, we have the GEM, so that will help in getting back some of the artifacts that are in different parts of the world.
Great. Also, I have one final question because we are running out of time. How do you see, Doctor, the significance of GEM collaboration with international institutions in the field of archaeology, as you are a tourism expert?
Yes, archaeology is very important, and as I told you, we can do pairing with different museums. And we can say, let's say, the head of Nefertiti, which is in the German museum, in the Berlin Museum, for instance. People can come and visit the site where the Nefertiti was found, and this can happen with different artifacts. So they can come and see El-Minya, they can come and see Luxor, they can come and see Aswan, and the GEM will play a big role and a big part of that.
Yes, and also, as you said, there are new discoveries recently in Egypt, and these discoveries show that Egypt still occupies a leading position in the field of archaeology.
Absolutely.
Yes, and also Dr. Zay Hawass said that the year 2026 will witness many new discoveries, right?
Yes, they have been doing discoveries for the last 7-8 years, and that help in tourism. People want to see new Egypt and want to see the new discoveries. They are looking for the Instagramic tours, as I was just saying, so that will help in the field of archaeology and also will help boosting tourism. The people go and see the archaeologists in the sites while they're doing the excavations, and that's very appealing to the travelers who come to Egypt.
Great. Hopefully that will enhance and revive the tourism sector here in Egypt. Dr. Amr, unfortunately our time has come to an end, but I would like to thank you so much for coming today, and thank you so much for your insight. Always a dear guest on Windows on Nile TV International. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. And dear viewers, by that we come to the end of this edition of Windows. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more on Nile TV International.